So you're going to be looking for the other half of that man's face in the statue behind you.
Okay.
But first question, what is your name?
Rebecca Taylor.
What did you get your degree in at WGU?
It's a bachelor's in special education and elementary education.
Where are you from?
Right now I'm living in California. We've lived there. I went to high school there, so I live out in the deserts of California.
Nice. Have you ever lived in St. Louis before?
I did. We actually lived in a suburb of St. Louis when I was in middle school. My dad was going to school to be a pastor out here, so
Okay.
it was a long
cool.
time ago.
Do you have any recommendations for someone that is coming to St. Louis for the first time?
I would definitely go check out the Loop. There's a lot of interesting stuff there. There's like a lot of things all in a row. So you can, we can go to shops, there's restaurants. It's like one of those signature things to do.
Thoughts on toasted ravioli?
Love it. I bought frozen ones like 2 weeks ago because I was craving them and I don't know why.
Nice. Do you eat them with anything else?
Well, when I made them at home, we made it as part of like an appetizer dinner that we did, just like, mozzarella sticks and chicken wings, and I dipped them in marinara sauce.
Perfect. Okay, definitely need to try. What have you done for the first time recently?
Oh, I visited one of my favorite places in a different season. So usually we go there in the summer, and last winter we went there for the first time when it was snowing, so it was really cool.
Okay, what is the place?
June Lake, California. It's near Mammoth. It's kind of central California. We've gone camping there. It's actually near Yosemite. We've camped there since I was a baby, but I'd never gone in the wintertime, so that was pretty cool.
What did you need to be able to study well while you were in school?
I did a lot of studying at night because I have 3 kids now. I had 2 when I started, 3 when I finished, and so I needed quiet, so I did a lot of my studying and working at nighttime for sure.
That makes sense. What was the latest you ever stayed up studying or taking a test?
I think my latest test I took at like 10:30 at night, but studying probably 2-3 in the morning.
Not bad, not bad.
Not terrible. I'm not a huge night owl anymore, especially because I used to work so early. So staying up till 2 or 3 meant like only 3 or 4 hours of sleep for me. So not enough.
Nice. What was your favorite class to take at WGU?
I learned a lot on like kind of all the different classes. My favorite one was the Math for Educators 3 because I got 100% on the test.
Perfect reason.
I mean, math is kind of my thing, so it was comfortable for me. I knew what I was doing, and then the fact that I aced the test was just, icing on the cake, I guess.
It makes sense. What did you not expect to learn about yourself while in school?
Well, I know when I was at community college and I had taken some online classes before, and I was not super successful with those. So starting with the all online classes, I was kind of worried about how it would go. And I ended up accelerating through all of it. My 4 years, I finished in 2 years. So I was surprised that I was able to kind of like make that commitment and get it done and be successful in that environment.
Nice. Good habits that you picked up as a student?
Setting boundaries for yourself, setting aside specific time to get things done, and just making the commitment. It was easier for me because once I decided I was going to do this as my career, I knew that's what I was doing. So it was easy for me to push and get it done. But definitely committing to that was a good habit for me.
Was there a specific boundary that you had to set?
It was more of a work boundary, like not bringing work home with me anymore because I was working and doing school at the same time. And when I was younger, I used to go more than the extra miles, like the extra 10 miles, constantly bringing work home, stressing about what was going on at work instead of just leaving it there. It's kind of the benefit of figuring out your career as an older adult as opposed to right out of high school. I was ready to say, nope, I'm not doing that anymore. And when I'm home, that's family time and school time. So
Nice. I mean, it's a good balance.
mm-hmm.
Have you ever met Sage the night owl?
No, I haven't met Sage the night owl.
I mean, at some point this weekend during commencement, I think you'll see him.
I heard he's supposed to be at the alumni celebration tonight.
Yes.
So that'll probably be my first time.
What is one question you would ask? Or what's one question you'll ask him tonight?
Sage the night owl. I want to know how late he stays up. How late does a real night owl stay up?
We'll need to go back on that. I think it'll be good to know. Okay, next question.
I think I found his face.
Perfect.
Is it behind him?
Yep. Nice.
No wonder I couldn't find it. I was looking over here.
Did you ever go to school before WGU?
I did. I went to a couple of different colleges. So when I very first graduated from high school, I went to a four-year university and I stayed in the dorms, did all that kind of stuff, and found out I was pregnant, moved back home, did community college for a little while, and then I kind of stopped going because I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. I didn't want to spend the money and the time. And then my mom was actually looking to get her California credentials, so she looked at WGU but didn't need her bachelor's degree. So I was like, I need my bachelor's degree, and it worked out really well, and that's how I found it, and that's what I did.
Nice. You mentioned your mom.
Mm-hmm.
Is she the one that pushed you to go back? Is anyone else that really pushed you to get this degree?
I think ultimately I felt like I was ready because I finally knew what I wanted. I always wanted a bachelor's degree. Like I said, I didn't know what I wanted to do, and we didn't have that expendable income. I didn't have the extra time to go to school just to go. So when I was ready, though, I was like, I'm ready to go. My whole family, including my husband, were super supportive. They're like, what do you need from us so that you can be successful? So I took a lot of tests at my parents' house because it was quieter than my house. So yeah, I think she was a big part of it, but overall I've been really lucky to have just such a supportive family.
Very good. It's a game changer, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The object too, forgot to add, that we're looking for is a Christmas wreath.
A Christmas wreath.
Yes.
Okay.
Now that you're getting your degree this weekend, what are your next steps? What's after this week going forward?
So I was really lucky. I got hired right away when I finished school, so I'm already teaching. And because of WGU, I realized I really liked the virtual environment, so I'm actually teaching virtually also. I think at some point I'll go back and get my master's. I just need a little time.
Yeah.
My husband's in school right now also, so when he's done and working, then I think I'm going to take a couple of years off and go back through WGU and get my master's degree as well.
Amazing. That's really awesome. Any ideas on what you want to get your master's in the future?
I know that there are a lot of options for educators, so definitely something in that route. I haven't been teaching long enough to really know what I'm specifically passionate about, and especially with special education, there's so many options, so I haven't decided yet.
Knowing that you're working in education
Mm-hmm.
and you're finishing your bachelor's right now, well, technically you're getting your bachelor's this weekend,
Mm-hmm.
Education in general, how has it changed your life?
Well, the most broad part about it, I guess, is both of my parents were teachers, and when I was a kid, I was like adamant that I wasn't going to be a teacher. I'm the oldest, and it's, one of those things. I need to break out. I need to be different. So I had like 20 different things I was trying to do. So, but my dad always said he always knew I was going to be a teacher. So I think coming back to that, he was like, I told you so. And we, I don't know, I was a paraprofessional for a while also, working with kids at my local high school, and working with them and working with the teachers that I did that were so passionate and caring really showed me like, yeah, I could totally do this for the rest of my life. Like, this is what I want to do. So I think all of that really made a huge difference for me.
That's amazing. And I'm sure it's great. You can relate to your parents in a lot of ways.
Yeah. And my mom and I actually taught at the same high school for a year.
Oh, fun.
So she and I had, a lot of the same students. We had a lot of the same silliness and drama that comes with being a teacher. So we definitely bonded over that.
Nice. What would your younger self think about you today?
I think she would be proud of me. Me, as a young adult, I went through a lot. We had a lot of struggles, like having a child really young and getting married really young. But I've worked really hard to get to this point, and I think maybe not got to where we expected to get, but still proud of myself, I think.
That's good. I mean, I think everybody needs to hear that.
Yeah.
No matter what you're going through, your younger self would be excited to see who you are today. What advice would you give to that younger self?
To my younger self, I would say something cheesy like stay the course. Like, it's gonna work out. It feels really tough, but you're gonna get where you're supposed to be. So, like, try not to worry about it too much.
It's perfect. It might be cheesy, but it's true.
I mean,
Facts.
they're cliches for a reason, right?
Yeah. How have you changed as you've grown up?
I would say that it kind of goes along with that setting boundaries thing. I used to be such a people pleaser, and I still think I am to an extent. Like, I enjoy meeting people and making friends and having things in common with other people, but not to the point where I'm willing to sacrifice my happiness and my sanity anymore. So I definitely grew up around 25, started saying I'm not willing to let people walk all over me just to make them happy anymore. So that was a huge change for me from my 20-year-old self.
Going off of your happiness and those boundaries, when have you felt the most happiest or the most alive so far in your life?
I would say specifically my little immediate family and I took a long road trip through California, and we visited some of our favorite places. And while I missed what my regular summers looked like, looking back at the pictures, we were so happy. We had such an amazing time. My husband and I were talking about, what was your favorite part? I couldn't pick one. Every day was great. It was so fun to like see all these places and to build those memories with our kids.
Oh, that's so cute. I love it. What's one thing you could do forever and never get bored?
Oh, geez. You mean like every day forever, or like
Every day.
Oh,
or,
gosh.
I don't know, part days.
Because I would like to say, I think going to our favorite like camping spot over the summer, like I said, we've been doing it since I was a baby, and I never get tired of going. So I don't know that I could do it all year, every year, but to go every single year for a week or two, I never get tired of it.
Awesome. This is the last question. Give you a second. Oh, you got
I
it?
found the wreath.
Perfect. Okay. All right. So last one. What is something that means a lot to you, but few people would understand?
I think so. Oh, I'm gonna get upset. Sorry.
Oh, no, it's all good. It's all good.
So my parents just moved out here actually to Kansas over last winter.
And my grandma also moved, and she's lived in the same house for 50 years. And there was this chair in her house that like was my favorite place to sit. And so when she moved all her stuff, she gave me her chair. So now it's in my house and I get to sit in it every day. And it's so silly, but yep, that's one of my favorite things that I don't think other people would care about.
No, it's beautiful. Thank you for sharing. But no, that was amazing.